He cheated on me with my best friend. She sobbed, looking to me for comfort years later. The entire room looked at me, expecting sympathy. I stayed silent for a moment. Then I just smiled and said, I know. You're the one who taught him how. The shock on their faces. For 2 years. She was my entire world. I don't say that lightly. We started as best friends back in second semester of college. And we were inseparable. I mean that literally. We always walked together. Always had each other's back. Always figured out a way to end up in the same group for projects. She was the only real friend I had. And I was hers. Then, about 4 months ago, it shifted. It became this intense, mutually obsessive thing. We were lovebirds. And it felt like the most natural thing in the world. Our closeness was different. It wasn't just holding hands or whatever. We had our fingerprints registered on each other's phones. That's how much trust there was. No secrets. No barriers. I'm Catholic. And on special occasions in my church, there's this specific type of frankincense we use. Stuff that's meant to be sacred. I gave some to her. I wanted her to have a piece of the most important parts of my life. I even promised her, looking her straight in the eye, that no matter what happened, even if we went back to being just friends, I would never leave her side. I chose her. And that was that. I was completely gone for her. I'll admit. I was possessive. Whenever another guy would even talk to her, I'd feel this physical reaction. Like a shiver running down my spine. It was toxic. I know. But it came from a place of genuine, terrified love. I couldn't imagine my life without her. I was the guy who had a good father. Who learned you don't cheat. You don't leave. You commit. And I fucking committed everything. Then one day, out of the blue, she hit me with it. I think I need a break. My brain just short-circuited. A break. From what? We were perfect. I tried to ask what was wrong. What I did. What we needed to fix. She gave me nothing. Just vague answers about needing space. So, I gave it to her. I backed off. Spent a month in hell. Thinking every day was the day she'd call and say she missed me. She didn't. When the month was up, she texted me again. I need another break. That was it. That was the last thing she ever sent me. After that, complete radio silence. No calls. No texts. Nothing. Vacation ended. And we were back on campus. And suddenly, the person whose fingerprint could unlock my phone wouldn't even look me in the fucking eye. I was a ghost. A complete stranger. 2 years of history. Of promises. Of being her one and only person. And it was all gone in an instant. Wiped clean. I'm left here with this giant, gaping hole where our life used to be. I don't understand how a person can just shut off like that. How do you go from being someone's everything to absolute zero overnight? I keep replaying every conversation. Every moment. Trying to find the one thing I did that was so unforgivable. It warranted this. I found nothing. It feels like I'm going insane. Has anyone else been through this? How do you deal with being completely erased by the person you trusted most in the world? Being back on campus was a special kind of torture. I'd see her walking across the quad. The same way we used to. But now she'd be alone or with someone else. She'd angle her body away. Her eyes fixed on some point in the distance. Anywhere but me. The silence was deafening. But it was the not knowing that was truly eating me alive. I thought the silence was the worst part. I was wrong. The truth was so much worse. A few nights ago, I was scrolling through my phone, trying to numb my brain. When I stumbled on it, I found her Reddit username. I won't say how, but it was unmistakably her. My heart started hammering against my ribs. My first instinct was to close the app, to pretend I never saw it. But I couldn't. I had to know what she was thinking. What was going on in that head of hers? So I clicked on her profile. And there it was. A post she'd made in a confession subreddit. Titled, I used my rebound to get over my ex. And now I'm helping my ex cheat. My breath caught in my throat. I read the words. But they didn't compute. Rebound. My fingers felt cold as I read on. Her words laid it all out. A clinical, brutal confession written for strangers. The first blow. She admitted I was a rebound from a failed thing she had before me. 2 years of friendship. 4 months of what I thought was love. It was all just a tool for her to get over some other guy. Then the second blow. She wrote that she'd tried to test me. To see if I would cheat. My mind reeled. I was so fucking devoted to her. And she was actively trying to sabotage it. To prove I was just like everyone else. It was a game. I was just a player in her sick little game. The timeline was the part that broke me. She wrote that she stopped having feelings for me the exact day she first asked for a break. That whole month I spent in agony. Hoping. Waiting. Giving her space like a fucking idiot. She already felt nothing. She was just waiting. The moment she officially broke up with me. That piece of shit ex texted her. He told her he was in a relationship with a girl he didn't even like. And my ex, the girl I gave a piece of my soul to, told him she still had feelings for him. And then, the final, soul-crushing part. They got together. They cheated on that poor girl. She didn't just leave me. She left me to become the other woman for the same toxic asshole who had hurt her before. She chose to help him betray someone else. My world just collapsed. Sitting there in the dark. The only light coming from the screen of my phone? I felt everything inside me turn to ice. This wasn't a breakup. This was a character assassination. The person I loved. The person I shared my phone password and my sacred frankincense with. She didn't just leave me. She never existed in the first place. I was in love with a ghost. A carefully constructed lie. So now I'm here. Reddit. My grief has been replaced by this hollow, sick feeling. How do you even begin to process this level of deception? It wasn't just a breakup. It was a complete fabrication. Was any of it real? Or was I just a convenient, 2-year-long distraction? Now that I have the truth, all the pieces of the last few months are clicking into place in the worst possible way. I keep replaying this one huge argument we had. Right before she asked for the first break. She accused me of isolating her from her friends. I remember feeling so confused and guilty. I tried to explain that I wasn't keeping her from anyone. Those people just genuinely didn't seem to care about her. I knew this for a fact. They had told me as much. I was the only one who ever had her back. Back then, I thought it was a genuine misunderstanding. Now I see it for what it was. It was a script. She was laying the groundwork. Painting me as the controlling boyfriend so that when she left, she could justify it. It wasn't about her friends. It was about creating a villain so she wouldn't have to be one. And who did she run to? The same fucking bastard who, by her own account, put her through hell. He called her insane, made fun of her with his friends, and completely shattered her self-esteem. I was the one who helped her pick up the pieces. I spent 2 years showing her what it felt like to be valued, to be the only person in someone's eyes. And the second he crooked his finger, she threw all of that away to go back to the guy who treated her like trash. What does that say about me? Was my love, my devotion, so worthless that the familiar pain he offered was a better option? My entire concept of love and relationships is just gone. I'm from a country where arranged marriage is the default. It's the safe, societal path. I've always been against it. I wanted the real thing. I wanted to choose someone, to build a life based on genuine connection and love. I thought I had found it. I thought she was it. Now the very idea feels like a fucking joke. The one time I tried to build that life for myself, it turned out to be a lie constructed on someone else's baggage. My one shot at proving genuine love could work was a fraud. So now I'm just over. It's completely over for me. My trust is so fundamentally broken that I know, even if some perfect girl, a literal Cinderella, walked into my life tomorrow and was completely into me, I couldn't do it. I would never be able to trust her. I'd be looking for the angle, waiting for the other shoe to drop, questioning every nice thing she did. She didn't just ruin our relationship. She ruined every possible future one. I don't even know what I'm asking for here. Reddit. I guess how do you come back from this? How do you ever learn to trust your own judgment again when it led you so catastrophically wrong? How do you even begin to believe that another person's feelings are real when you've seen firsthand how easily they can be faked?